Hello, Provo City. I am Superintendent Dow from the Provo City School District. Today is Monday, September 9th. I hope all of you had a fantastic weekend. There was a lot going on this past week, even though it was only a 4-day week for our students and our teachers, but we have a lot to share with you. So first and foremost, I want to thank the teachers whose classrooms I got to sit in on at Rock Canyon Elementary, got to visit those classrooms and visit with Dr. Brock, the principal, to just talk about interesting challenges at Rock Canyon and some of the goals and things that she would like to accomplish at the school and what our long-term vision is for Rock Canyon Elementary. I just saw some outstanding instruction and great students and amazing teachers in kindergarten, in 6th grade, and in music. So that was a great visit. It's always a treat to be able to go out to our schools. I also want you to be aware that every month we have a district safety and security meeting. We don't divulge a lot of information about what takes place or what security measures we put in place because we have to be very careful about that information that we share. But I really appreciate our student services team for heading up that meeting and making sure that we are doing all of the assessments that we need to do, that we're keeping track of the updates that we need to have put in place. And I'm super grateful that it was brought to our attention that we have some safe routes issues that are going to be brought to a district committee so that we can help work with the city to resolve any issues that we have there. So just know that safety is a top priority for us and for your students, making sure that everyone has a great place to go to school and to work. And I appreciate all of these individuals who make it happen. And we have a lot of partners, from our school resource officers, from the Provo City Police Department to the fire department, to county health with our school nurses. All of these individuals come together to ensure that we are creating the best spaces for our students. Later this week, you're going to be getting an email if you have students in our schools about potential cell phone policy and some of the restrictions that you might be in favor of or things that you might not be okay with, so that we can start to gather that feedback and provide that for our all-day board meeting. From there, our board will then start to craft or adjust the current draft policy that we have that's on our website. If you go to provo.edu and you click on the button that says policies and documents, if you click on that, it'll allow you to review that draft policy there. We will have the survey out and then share those results. The board will then take that information and make any adjustments. We will then send that to some parent committees through October to get some parent and teacher feedback as well as student feedback. And then at that point, they will revise and hopefully in November have a finalized policy that they're ready to adopt after receiving that feedback, with the rollout of that policy being in January. And we want to be very conscientious that we're following the proposed legislation that we feel is going to be coming in the next legislative session. Also, just want to highlight our podcast. If you go to the our YouTube link or also on our website, you can listen to it. It is Hutch Fale, who is our student board member from Provo High School. He's also a member of the Provo High football team. Just a really great leader in the school and does a phenomenal job and really wants to do some great things as a student board member. Last week, our podcast was with Monica Tuone, who is our Timpview student board member. And it's just great to see these student leaders and the vision that they have and the things that they want to accomplish and do as they represent students, and making sure that we're remembering who needs to be at the focus of all that we do here in Provo City School District. Last Friday, I was able to do a tour of the new Wasatch Elementary, just walking through and ensuring that we have, just looking at the progress of the building. Our goal is to make sure that we are done by the end of December so that we can have occupation of that building in January. More details are going to be coming about that. I know we have anxious parents and anxious teachers that want to know what that timeline looks like. And we are prepared to communicate that out. We're waiting for some delivery of some key pieces of equipment, and as soon as that comes, then our Hogan Construction will be able to give us a really good timeline as to what their finish date will be, and then we'll be able to communicate that out with and work with Principal Snow and our teachers to ensure that we have a really great transition. I'm really excited about the building. The classrooms are large. They're wonderful spaces for kids to learn. We saw that the sod had gone in this last week for the green space for our fields. We have playground equipment going in. Asphalt's going to get laid on a huge part of it next week. It's pretty incredible how quickly they're moving on that. And so we're pretty excited to see that progress take place. And I can't wait for our teachers and students to see it. On Tuesday, September 10th, we do have a board meeting. Our study session will begin at 4:15 and our business meeting will begin at 7:00 p.m. They're here at the district office. We are going to have a construction update with Timpview and Wasatch, and also final things about Shoreline. We'll also have some final information about Canyon Crest. We will also be looking at our strategic plan. Our board gave us some really great feedback in our last study session, and we've incorporated that and will work through that. We also want to address in our board meeting that we do have an Office of Civil Rights complaint about our websites across the district. There were 9 school districts in the state office websites that were all identified as not being accessible to certain individuals with certain types of disabilities. And so we are working through an auditing process to get all of those things updated. So we are looking to make sure that we have the right staffing and the right training for individuals in place so that we can do that. So we'll be having a conversation about that. Just want you to be aware of that. I'm excited. This week I get to visit Canyon Crest Elementary, Shoreline Middle School, and Westridge Elementary. I also plan to meet with Principal Alvarez of Provo High School and Principal Tua of Timpview High School. We're going to meet all together to talk about really how we bring our communities forward and how we move forward from the situation that happened between Provo and Timpview a little over a week ago. There isn't a lot of information that I can share with you because of really strict protections that we have for students. We do know how the Instagram page was originated and what took place with that, and we carry out appropriate consequences according to our district policy. Much more than that, I can't tell you because it really risks putting individuals it risks violating that confidentiality that we have in place. When we have victims that are involved, we do share certain pieces of information with those victims so that they are assured of the process that we take and that they know what actions we are taking so that they know that we are doing all that we can to ensure the safety of every single individual within our school district. That's a very important piece for all of us. I look forward to really looking at plans for how we bring our community together and how our schools can celebrate each other and support one another. That really is what we should be all about. Last week, as Provo was playing Salem Hills, you noticed the 2 schools came together for a great tribute to our veterans. We know that this week we'll be celebrating the anniversary of 9/11. Just thinking about all of the individuals who have sacrificed so much for our country and how lucky we are to live in the United States of America. Really, September is a great month to reflect upon that. We reflect upon that all the time, I hope, but particularly at this time as we're thinking about our founding fathers, the formation of the Constitution. We're thinking about all of the different things that have brought our nation together and really looking at that as the spirit by which to model our behavior on as an entire district, student body, and community. I look forward to those continual conversations, and I really appreciate all of the community members that have reached out and want to be a part of the solution and help us to do the right things and to really support our kids in those prospects. With that, I want to wish all of you a fantastic week, and we'll see you here next Monday. Bye now.